All right. Hey guys. I hope everybody had a great weekend and you're feeling good. Um, so for today's call, we are going to be in a little bit different of a location. I'm actually in my room because we're having big sink issues, and basically the rest of our house is like pipes and things are torn apart, and there's some funky water smells, and so you're in my bedroom with me. So I hope everybody's doing great. I'm super excited that we're back to our meeting again. It's always fun to kind of chat with you guys and see what questions you have. So remember, at any time, you guys can just pop in and type a question in the chat. I'm just going to pull that up. So you guys can always put a question in, and then I can answer it. So just let me know if you have any specific questions. Hold on. Okay, now we're ready to go. All right, so I didn't get a lot of questions on the Facebook page leading up to this meeting, so we're just going to roll through the things that I have down, and then, like I said, if anything pops up for you guys that are on while we're doing this, just let me know. But so today, you guys got an email about quality of food. I love this email. I actually kind of wish I sent it out earlier, but at the same time, there's just so much information that I feel like you guys have to know from the get-go, so it just kind of got tucked in now. So a few important things that I like to chat about when it comes to quality of food is you don't have to buy everything organic. You don't have to buy everything grass-fed. It isn't really realistic, A, and B, it does add up to be expensive. So the reason that I like to send out this quality of foods guide is for a few reasons. Now you know what you're looking for. You know what's going to be your best options, but then you're also looking at that Dirty Dozen Clean 15 sheet. And I generally go by that. When I go grocery shopping, I have my Dirty Dozen and Clean 15 list by me, and then I can mark with an asterisk which ones I ideally like to get organic, and then which ones are on the Dirty Dozen and Clean 15, and then from there I kind of that dictates what I buy organic and what I don't. If it has a rind, so think of banana, pineapple, avocado, anything like that, generally it doesn't need to be organic. So keep that in mind, because it just makes your life a little bit more simple. You don't have to memorize the Dirty Dozen Clean 15, but at least you have that information. I think it's great to have it kind of printed off and put somewhere in your kitchen so you can refer to it when you are making your grocery list. But so that's kind of one thing that I like. If there's any questions about the quality of food that the email you guys got, just let me know. Okay, so we are going to be introducing foods this week. So this is exciting because it's been 4 weeks since we worked on eliminating them, which is hard to believe. Time flies. So I want to talk a little bit about how to go about reintroducing them. So you guys are all going to be doing kind of a different approach, just depending on what you want to add back in. So something that's super important to realize is that if you aren't really into dairy, for example, if you don't like dairy products, so you don't really want to add them back in, you don't have to test them. So you can just do the things that you want. So you might not test all three of these things. The nice part about going through the systematic and adding in is that you know exactly what causes you issues and what doesn't. But I completely understand and respect if you say, I don't really eat beans and legumes, so it's pointless for me to, test them out. That's fine too. So this is how you're going to do it. So we are going to start I just put this email together. Let me pull up my calendar. So starting this Wednesday, which is the 21st, you guys are going to add in your first food. So I want to give you a heads up on this. You're going to get the email tomorrow. So that means you're going to have to stock up your cupboards for whatever item, whatever food group you decide to go with. Okay, so for example, if you know that you want to test out grains, gluten, maybe you really miss oatmeal, which technically doesn't really have gluten in it unless you buy like a processed kind. But sometimes the grain causes inflammation. So maybe you miss that. Maybe you miss pasta. Maybe you're a bread person and you miss bread. So you are going to, I'm sorry, I have to have a drink of water really quick. Hold on. Okay, so you are going to want to add that specific thing back in first. So if you're going to do the grains and gluten, say you are going to add them in on the 21st, on Wednesday. So pick up some things. Don't pick up cookies and things like that, but pick up a higher quality bread, maybe a higher quality pasta, um, things like that. Whatever your go-to is, try to shoot for like a decent quality item. And then throughout the day on Wednesday, you're going to eat some of those items throughout the day. So try to shoot for at least a little something with each meal. Now, don't go overboard. You don't need to shove your face with grains and gluten or whatever you choose to put in. But if you can have some throughout the day, obviously the more you have, the bigger results you'll have. But again, don't overdo it. You don't need to have like 5 waffles, 2 sandwiches, a bunch of pastries. You get what I'm saying. Also, something to be kind of cautious about is when you are adding things back in, careful for sugary breads. So like pasta, or I'm sorry, for pastries, things like that. Or if you're doing dairy, careful with the yogurt, right? So, because that sugar, the dairy might not affect you as much, but the sugar pretty much will. Like I can tell you that right now. So just watch what you're adding in. So maybe opt for, if you do dairy, opt for like a higher quality Greek yogurt or something like that that doesn't have a flavor in it. Okay, so for the one day, so we're starting on the 21st, for that one day you're going to eat. After that one day, you are going to go back to eating as we have been. So very clean, lots of veggies, higher quality proteins, keeping grains, glutens, and legumes out. So you're going to go back to that for 2 to 3 days. So I think I have you guys going in on the 21st. You will then stop after that 21st, and then you'll go through until Sunday eating normal. And then we will pick back up with the next food group on Sunday the 25th. And then you will have a few days after. Okay, I hope I'm making sense. So you'll eat your second food group on the 25th all day. Go back to eating healthy for Monday, Tuesday, maybe even into Wednesday. And then the 29th, you will finish off with your last food group testing. Okay, so it takes up to 72 hours. It can take up to 72 hours for something to manifest from the food that you ate. So we want to make sure that we are allowing our body actually to react, okay? And then by re-eating cleanly, then we're allowing our body to kind of go back, readjust so that we can add that second one and that third one back in, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. But a few things on that. What I would like for you to do, and this is in the email tomorrow, but we took inventory, and that was on February 27th, I believe. So if you go back in your emails and maybe even just type in like inventory, I want you to revisit that email. You should have made a list of things that you noticed right from the get-go. That was like our first or second week. So you took notes on how you were sleeping. You took notes on how you were feeling, digestion, bloat. You were taking notes on how your workouts were feeling, your mood. You were taking notes even on your skin. So lots of different things. That's what that inventory sheet was for. So now before we add foods back in, I want you to revisit that, okay? So today, tomorrow, even Wednesday, I want you to revisit that and then notice the difference. So are you sleeping better? Is your skin looking better? Has your bloat gone down? Is your digestion improved? These are the kind of things that we want to see. But you want to kind of retake that inventory before we start adding the foods back in. Otherwise, if one makes you feel like crap, you're going to go, I don't really remember how I was feeling. So be sure you guys do that. Another thing that I want you guys to keep in mind, if you have been like doing this program diligently, if you've been giving it a valiant effort, like truly sticking to clean eating and you're not really seeing improvements, then I want to talk one-on-one with you about possibly doing an autoimmune protocol. So generally this kind of going into cleaner eating, going paleo approach will do it for most people. It will clear you out of toxins so that, and make you feel better, drop weight, drop bloat, drop aches and pains, all that stuff, get more energy. If you are not feeling a single shift and you followed the plan really pretty darn close, then you could be dealing with some sort of autoimmune struggle. And so that would just take kind of a step further. The good thing about it is most people go from paleo to autoimmune. So you've already done that, and now we can move you into a little bit different approach. But if that's the case, just reach out to me individually and we will have a conversation. Let's see. Are there any other questions that came up? Like I said, I didn't get a ton on the Facebook thing. Let's see. I'm trying to think mindset wise. Yeah, let's talk about getting ourselves in a high vibe state. I actually do this with my clients, and no, I don't think you got an email on this, but this could be a really good thing for you to do on your own. So, okay, so for me today, I was in a very low vibe, to be honest. I couldn't get out of a funk. I was just feeling very sad, kind of down on myself. And what I do when I'm in these situations is I make a list of things that get me in my higher vibration, raise my vibration, raise my energy, raise my mood, and I make a list. So I literally write down all of the things that really make me happy. So playing with my dog, going outside and playing with my dog. I live on a farm and it's super mucky, so I'm probably not going to do that tonight. But also working on wedding stuff. I'm really enjoying that. Calling up a friend, FaceTiming, cooking, baking, whatever it might be. I make a list of all the things that I really enjoy. And then I make sure to do one of those. So after our call tonight, I'm having some friends over. I love to cook, so I'm making us dinner. And we're just going to spend time together. So sometimes you just get in a funk. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay to feel those feelings. But what I want you to know is that we constantly want to pay attention to where our vibration is going. And by having that list of what puts you in your flow, when you get into those lower vibration states, you're able to kind of reference back to that list and then make sure that you do something that's on that list. So maybe it's painting or going for a walk or calling up somebody that you love, whatever it might be. But having that list somewhere where you can just grab it is a really good way to help you get out of that funk. A few other ways to raise your vibration is to give compliments. Okay, so even if you are feeling not in a good state, for you to go and compliment somebody else, that helps to raise their vibration, and it works amazing both ways. Okay, so that's another really good way to raise your vibration. Basically, raising your vibration means to get into your flow. So get into a state where time passes, you don't even realize that it went that fast, and you're just kind of in the thick of things. You're just going. Maybe it's painting, for instance, or drawing. You can go drawing, and time has passed and you didn't even realize it. So you want to think about those things, and you want to create a list of those things, an ongoing list, really. And then you want to make sure that you're scheduling those things in from time to time. So this winter for me, it's really easy to get out of my flow, get out of my high vibe just with the weather and stuff. So I make a list of things I like to do, like cross-country skiing and snowshoeing and playing out in the snow with my dog and going and like looking for trees or whatever it might be. So I have that list, and then I make a point to schedule them in at least every other week. Okay, so that's a really good thing to do and to work on, is to focus on, okay, how can I schedule these certain things in for this weekend? I know I have some time open. How can I plop that into my schedule? And then, like I've said to you before, stick to it like it's a meeting with Oprah, right? You don't want to cancel on yourself because you are the easiest person to cancel on, but you're the most important person not to cancel on. And we talk about this all the time, but you have to fill up your cup, right? You have to fill up your cup before you can spill over onto others. And, as much as we are people pleasers and as much as we want to be there for the people that we love in our life, we have to make sure that we're taking care of us, okay? So let's see. I think that was all the questions that I had, and that's all kind of that I was going to touch on today. So it's going to be important to kind of get stocked up on the things that you need as we move into the reintroduction stage. Please post on Facebook what you're going to be introducing. it's really important that you make take the inventory before. Okay, we want to realize how we feel right now that we've been eating so clean and things like that. That's going to be really important. So if there aren't any questions, I'm gonna hop off, but I'm really grateful for those of you who jumped on with me tonight, and I hope you guys find this insightful. I hope, oh, one more thing that I wanted to say is that you guys are going to be retesting your very first workout. Yay! So hopefully you can do that before you add the foods back in. So that goes out in your email tomorrow. And so if you can do that either tomorrow or Wednesday morning or something before you start eating that food group, that would be ideal, because you are going to be able to tell quite a bit more how your workout feels, and you'll probably improve. Actually, I know you all will. But so dig back in for that inventory sheet. That's important. And then dig back for the numbers from your first workout, the test workout, and try to beat those numbers. And again, that is coming in the email to you tomorrow, so you can reference what moves need to be done and all that good stuff. But I hope you guys have a great night. I'm going to go get all high vibe, and I will see you guys over in the Facebook page this week. Thank you so much. Bye.